Hello guys, how are you all doing? So today we are going to be making this trendy BUBU gown with a V-shaped neck. So this is the fabric I'm going to be using to make this gown, and right here I'm trying to locate the wrong side so that I'll be able to fold it. Now this fabric, I'm going to fold it into 4 pieces. That is the front and the back. I'm going to be cutting them at the same time. So as you can see, I just folded the fabric into 4 pieces. So I'm trying to make sure that everything is okay. As you can see, it's already folded into 4 pieces. Then the first thing I'll need to do is to locate my shoulder measurement. As you can see, I'm trying to locate my shoulder measurement. After locating my shoulder measurement, and I'm trying to create the armhole. I'm trying to create the armhole. So I came down by 11 inches because now this 11 inches varies. You can make it 10, you can make it 9. So, but this person that owns this fabric is of the big size. That is why I'm using 11 inches. Then the next is the hip measurement. I'm locating the hip measurement, which is 25. Now this hip measurement is 25. Then the next thing to do is to locate the sleeve length. Now the sleeve is going to be with the fabric. I'm not going to cut it separately. It's going to come with the fabric. So because the length of the remaining length of the fabric is not that much, so I'm going to use everything. So I'm going to also locate the sleeve, the round sleeve. So I'll use the same 11 for the round sleeve because it's of the big size. The person is actually of the big size. So I'll use that same 11. Some people, you can use 9, 10, but I'm using 11. Then the next is to locate the hip measurements. After locating the hip measurement, I added 3 inches seam allowance. So after the 3 inches seam allowance, then I'll now trace from the 11 inches of the sleeve length. I'll now trace it to the hip measurement with a free hand. I'll trace it to the hip measurement with free hand, and then I'll take it all the way down. I'll take it all the way down to the full length of the gown. So as you can see, whatever I have on the hip, I'm going to take it all the way down to the full length of the gown. So before now, I already took out time to cut out the full length of the gown before this tutorial. So it wasn't necessary to start measuring the full length because the fabric already has the full length. So the only thing I did was to just measure it, trace it to the full length. Whatever I have on the hip, I take it down. So right now, I'm going to cut it off. I'm cutting it off as in the excess of the fabric. The ones I don't need, I'm cutting them off. So guys, if you're just meeting my channel for the first time, please do well to subscribe. And also for my returning subscribers, thank you so much guys. I really appreciate you all for your support. And please do share it to your loved ones. It will come in handy whenever you need it. So I just finished cutting it off. So the next thing to do is to locate the neckline. I'm going to locate the neckline right now. Sorry that some parts were not showing. I didn't realize it earlier. So for the neckline, I came in by 3 inches. I came in by 3 inches for the wideness, and for the depth, I came in by 1.5 inches. So I'm just cutting out the back neckline for now. So after this, I'm going to separate these 2 pieces. That's the front and the back piece in order to create the front neckline, because the front neckline is usually different from the back neckline. So for the front neckline, I came in by 10 inches. The front neckline, I came in by 10 inches, but before then, I'm going to separate the front piece and the back piece through the shoulder. Some people might decide to come down 1 inches on this sleeve length to create some kind of pattern, but I'm doing it straight. I'm not going to come down by 1 inch. If you like, you come down. If you like, you don't come down. Everything will still come out pretty good. So right now I just finished cutting out the shoulder and the sleeve, like dividing the front and the back piece through the shoulder. So the next thing to do is to place the front piece, one of the piece that I want to use as the front piece. I'll place it very well and neatly so that I'll be able to locate the neckline for the front piece. That is the neckline for the front piece. That's what I'm going to do right now. So for the neckline, I'm coming down from the shoulder. As you can see, I'll come down by 10 inches. I'll come down by 10 inches for the neckline. Sorry guys, I didn't notice it wasn't really showing. I didn't notice, sorry about that. So then I came in by 1 inch. After coming down by 10 inch, and then I placed my tape horizontally, then I came in by 1 inch. So from that 1 inch, as you can see, I'm going to trace it to the neckline. I'll trace it to the neckline and then I'll cut it. So this is the V-shape neckline we've been talking about. That's the purpose of this video, how to make a trendy BUBU gown with a V-shaped neckline. So this is it. So as you can see, the V-shaped neckline has already been created. So the next thing to do is to interlock it and then interlock it, the two shoulders together. That's the front piece and the back piece. Interlock them and then sew them together. So I already took out time to create the stylish whatever the pose after the V neckline. So I cut it 12 by 12 on each side, and then on the other side you can see that it's been cut off. I came in by 3 inches. As you can see, I came in by 3 inches to just chop it off. So that is what I did. So after that, I also cut out this piece right here is 2 inches on fold. While you open it, it is 4 inches. This is the piece I will use to create the V neckline. So unfold is 2 inches, but when you open it, it's 4 inches. So right now I'm going to iron them. I'll iron them. I'm putting a hemming gum. I use it to iron it. As you can see, I'm already ironing it. Iron it round, but I'm placing the wrong side. It's on the wrong side. I'm ironing the stuff. So I'll iron them, then place my hemming gum, then I'll iron it again so that it will be easy for me to sew it on the fabric, to place it on the fabric and sew it, so that I won't find any difficulty while sewing it. So afterwards, also the fabric for the V neckline, I'm also going to iron it. I also took out time to interlock it. So as you can see, I'll iron it to make sure it is straight and easy for me to join on the fabric. So this is it. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to now place the fabric on the V neckline. So that is what I'm trying to do. I'm going to use pin to pin it all round through. But while cutting this, I forgot to tell you that make sure you measure the V neckline from this spot I just placed my hand. You measure it round. Whatever you get, you now cut out this straight fabric that is on fold 2 inches. You just cut it out and add some inches in case of unforeseen circumstances. Then right now I'm using pin to pin it all through round. From that edge I pointed, you pin it all through round the neck. So after the pin, I'm going to sew it round, and also I'm going to sew it round to show you. So as you can see, I've joined it. I joined it. So the next thing is to place the other stylish fabric on top of it. So that is what I'm going to do, is to place the stylish fabric, as you can see. Now is the right time for you to choose how you want it to be. You can play with it. If you want, you can place it one-sided. If you want, you can place it in the middle. If you want, you can turn it around anyhow you want it to look. So but this, I'm going to place it in the middle. So first thing you should do is to find the middle on that stylish fabric. You find the middle and then you place it. Use pin to hold it. You just place it on the fabric, just like I'm doing. So I was able to find the middle and then I placed it. So right now I'm going to use pin to hold it all through so that it will be easy for me to sew it. I won't start dragging the fabric. So I'm going to use pin just like you're seeing. I'll pin it all through and then I'll sew it on the edges of it. So after sewing it on the edge, I'll also fold my sleeve length and also join the side of the gown. As you can see, the gown is set, is ready. I took our time to join the sleeve and to fold the sleeve and also join the side of the fabric. And then on the down part, the full length of this gown, I was able to come up by 10" on the side of the gown, just like you're seeing, to be able to create a pathway to make it easy for the person to be able to walk properly, or maybe cross some certain things properly, or climb a step properly, so that it won't be too tight for the person to wear. So that is it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I also use this medium to also create this two-piece. I used the style to create this two-piece and also wore it with a matching pants. So I'll put the link of how to measure and cut a pants on the description box. I posted the video some weeks back, so you guys can maybe check it out. So thank you guys for watching. Bye.